in the heart of Phnom Penh, a city that sells a modern image with neon lights and glass towers. There is a hidden place that few have heard of, the slum of Boeung Trobek. This is where the smell of sewage mixes with the dream of life. Women with eyes full of hope and tired hands send their children to school amidst floods and mud. If you think poverty means not having money, think again. Here, poverty is survival. Survival with dignity, love, and resistance. The slum of Boeung Trobek is the beating heart of darkness in the midst of a city that seems to be developing. When you step into these narrow and wet alleys, the first thing you feel is the strong smell of humidity and sewage. Houses made of rotten wood and rusty tin are built so close to each other that sunlight barely finds its way through. But this darkness is full of life. The sound of children's laughter can be heard from behind thin walls, a sound that is in complete contrast to the harsh reality of the surroundings. Families who live on less than $5 a day wake up every morning with new dreams. A woman named Sophie says, "We are poor, but our hearts are rich." She wakes up every day at 5 a.m., fetches water from a communal well 100 meters away, washes clothes, and then makes small crafts from palm leaves to sell and pay for her 2 children's school fees. This situation shows the daily struggle in which every expense is earned with exhausting effort. To calculate the monthly income, if we assume Sophie earns $2 a day from selling crafts, her monthly income would be around $60, which is very meager for a family of 4 in Phnom Penh. In Boeung Trobek, education is a luxury. The school is a small building with half-ruined walls and a few wooden benches. Teachers are volunteers, and sometimes classes are held under the shade of trees. But children with bright eyes are eager to learn. They know that the only way to escape the cycle of poverty is through knowledge. And this small hope keeps them standing. This enthusiasm for learning is a remarkable phenomenon, despite the lack of resources. The number of students in each class is often more than 40, and the teacher-to-student ratio is very high. Flooding is the #1 enemy of this neighborhood during the rainy season. The land is without drainage, and houses are without foundation. Every time it rains, sewage and floodwater enter homes. Families are forced to move their belongings upstairs, sometimes on beds or small shelves. Once, the rain was so heavy that the entire neighborhood was underwater, and people had to stay on the iron roofs for 5 nights until the water subsided. This dangerous situation puts public health at great risk. The constant humidity causes the growth of mushrooms and mold, increasing the spread of respiratory and skin diseases. The air is humid, and diseases are many. Dengue fever, diarrhea, skin infections. But none of these can destroy the power of the community. People live together. They help each other, share food, and share grief. This social solidarity has created an informal support network that replaces government welfare systems. In times of emergency, help is often provided in the form of goods and volunteer labor. In this slum, the concept of family goes beyond the 4 walls of a house. If a child gets sick, all mothers help. If a sudden fire burns down a house, the residents collect wood and iron without question to rebuild the house. Here, the love of life flows in its simplest form, without law, without documents, without ownership, but with a living heart. Women like Sovi, Chanta, and Nira are the unsung heroes of this society. They are the breadwinners, workers, mothers, teachers, and sometimes the refuge of the world's anxiety. Maintaining the balance between survival and dignity is a daily war for them. But they fight this war with a smile. In our documentary, the viewer will see how Chanta, with her 2 small children, renovates old and secondhand clothes, washes and repairs them with love to sell so she can buy a pencil and notebook for her son. This pencil is a symbol of hope for her. Investing in this small pencil is their long-term strategy to break the cycle of poverty, as every pencil represents a step towards a brighter future. But poverty is not just about scarcity. It's also about insecurity. None of them own their homes. The land usually belongs to the government or large developers, and the residents have only informal rights to live there. At any moment, government officials may come and demolish their homes, citing urban development or the construction of a new highway. In the painful silence of the night, the fear of bulldozers mixes with the sound of the wind, reminding them that their home may not be theirs at any moment. The rate of forced displacement in these areas is high, and this insecurity puts the community's mental health under pressure. However, from the midst of this insecurity, resistance has emerged. A group of slum women has decided to raise their voices. They have connected with local organizations, started educational classes, and even fought for land ownership rights. This is the beginning of a quiet change, a change that gives birth to power from poverty. These small civil movements have the potential to create larger structural changes, but the path is difficult and long. Meanwhile, the children of Boeung Trobek have created their own world, a colorful, simple, and imaginative world. If you look through the lens of my camera, you will see how a boy makes a toy car out of old metal cans, or a girl paints on wooden walls with colored chalk. These images are like small flames of hope in the darkness of life. The creativity of children here is a strong defense mechanism against the harsh realities of their surroundings. Boeung Trobek is beyond poverty. It's a live show of human resistance. Every drop of rain, every heartbeat, every child's laughter represents the fact that humans still believe in life, even when there's nothing to hold on to. This documentary is not about poverty, but about the power of the human spirit that still stands beautifully in the mud. The slum of Boeung Trobek shows that humans can have nothing, but still be rich. Meanwhile, the children of Boeung Trobek have created their own world, a colorful, simple, and imaginative world. If you look through the lens of my camera, you will see how a boy makes a toy car out of old metal cans, or a girl paints on wooden walls with colored chalk. These images are like small flames of hope in the darkness of life. The creativity of children here is a strong defense mechanism against the harsh realities of their surroundings. Boeung Trobek is beyond poverty. It's a live show of human resistance. Every drop of rain, every heartbeat, every child's laughter represents the fact that humans still believe in life, even when there's nothing to hold on to. This documentary is not about poverty, but about the power of the human spirit that still stands beautifully in the mud. The slum of Boeung Trobek shows that humans can have nothing, but still be rich. Rich in love, empathy, and hope for the future. As the camera slowly passes through the narrow alleys, the evening light falls on the sunburned faces. Life here is hard and bitter, but it's alive. It beats, breathes, and laughs. This video is an invitation to see something beyond the usual perceptions of poverty, to see humans in their purest and strongest form. If this story touched your heart, don't be silent. Be the voice of these people. Share their story. Talk about them and support them in every small step, whether with awareness, help, or a different look at the concept of poverty. Boeung Trobek is not just a slum. It's a symbol of human resilience in the face of injustice.